Welcome students to my class Accountancy Simplified. In today's class, I shall discuss some important journal entries with you based on accounting principle and some other important points. And I assure you, at the end of the class, you will be able to make journal entries independently. So please listen to my class with all your attention. Before I go in details as to the making of journal entries, I want to share some basic accounting terms with you. The first one is the definition of entry. What is entry? Entry is the process of making transaction in the journal. The process of recording transaction in journal is called entry. Entry is of two types. One is simple entry, another one is compound entry. Simple entry involves two accounts, as double entry system involves two accounts. Simple entry involves two accounts. In most of the cases, we do pass journal entry with two accounts only. But there are some circumstances in which more than two accounts involved in a transaction, and that you will see in an example in the course of making journal entries in today's class. So please listen to my class with all your attention. Now let us start the class. First, make journal entries in the books of Mr. Madhu. 2020 March 1. Purchase goods from Sham and Company for rupees 10,000 at a trade discount of 10%. Now what are the two accounts involved? One is purchase account because it is purchase of goods, and another one is Sham and Company. It is a credit transaction because the name of the party is given and there is no mentioning of cash transaction. So it can well be assumed that it is a credit transaction. And there is another condition in this transaction, that this purchase is being made at a trade discount of 10%. I have already discussed in the previous class what is trade discount, the definition of trade discount. Trade discount is the allowance or rebate given by the vendor to the buyer as a practice of that particular trade, and it is not recorded in either of the parties' books. The transaction is recorded at net of purchase price. So what is the total value of this transaction? 10,000. And what is the rate of this discount? It is 10%. So we shall deduct 10% of 10,000, that is 1,000, from this 10,000, and the value of the transaction will be recorded in the books as rupees 9,000. So what will be the entry in the books of Mr. Madhu dated March 1? I am not showing here the format because you are now well acquainted with the format of the journal. So I am simply on the whiteboard, I am simply recording the journal in the form of debit and credit with the amount column. Date 1, March 1, 2020. What are the two accounts? Purchase account is debit. You know what is the reason because behind this? Purchases account is nominal account, and all expenditure and losses are debit according to nominal account. And Sham and Company is personal account. Sham and Company is giving benefit to us, so Sham and Company account is to be credited. Now what will be the value? 9,000. 10,000 minus 1,000, that is 9,000. Debit and credit. What is the narration? Purchased goods from Sham and Company at a trade discount of 10%. Is it clear to you? Purchase goods from Sham and Company for which 10,000 at a trade discount of 10%. We do not account for trade discount, so we have deducted 10% of 10,000, that is 1,000 from the value of this transaction. So we have recorded the value as rupees 9,000, and we have debited purchase account as per rules of nominal account and credited Sham account as per rules of personal account. Is it clear to you? Now we are going to the next problem dated 2nd March 2020. Received cash from Mr. Ram rupees 990 in full and final settlement of his dues for rupees 1,000. Now what are the two accounts involved in this transaction? One is cash account, another one is Mr. Ram account. Now what is the important point? That amount was due from Mr. Ram was for rupees 1,000, but we are getting 990 in full and final settlement of his dues. So there is an element of cash discount. We are allowing rupees 10 as cash discount to Mr. Ram. So this is an example of cash discount. We should record cash discount in the books of account as a transaction, but we do not record trade discount as a transaction in the books of account. Now what are the two accounts involved in this transaction? One is cash account, another one is Ram account, another one is discount account, which is not written here, it is implied. Discount allowed account, because we are allowing discount to Mr. Ram. So what is the journal entry of this transaction dated 2nd March? Received cash from Ram. Cash is coming, so cash account is to be debited. Cash account debit 990. We are allowing discount of rupees 10 to Mr. Ram. So discount allowed account belongs to nominal account. So rupees 10 is to be debited under the head discount allowed account as per golden rules of nominal account. So discount allowed account debit rupees 10 to receive cash from Ram. Ram is giving benefit of rupees 990 to us. So Ram account will be credited in full rupees 1,000, because his account is being closed as full and final settlement. Nothing will be due from him after the end of this transaction. So what is the total what is the journal entry of this transaction? Cash account debit rupees 990, discount allowed account debit 10, and to Ram account 1,000. So this is we call compound entry, because there are more than two accounts involved in this transaction. This is an example of compound entry. Okay, so what will be the narration? Received cash from Ram rupees 990 after discount of rupees 10. This is the narration. I am again discussing this problem. Received cash from Mr. Ram rupees 990 in full and final settlement. Where you will find this term in full and final settlement, you must see implication that there must be an element of discount, either discount allowed or discount received. So here in this case, we are receiving cash from Mr. Ram of rupees 990 in full settlement of his due of rupees 1000. So we are allowing rupees 10 as cash discount to Mr. Ram. Cash discount is recorded in the books of accounts. Cash discount allowed account belongs to nominal account, and as per golden rules of nominal account, all losses and expenses debit, all incomes and gains and credit. So discount allowed account has been debited, and cash account is debited for rupees 990, which we actually received. And Ram account has been fully credited with rupees 1000 because his account is closed as full and final settlement. Okay, is it clear to you? Now we are going to the next problem, that is the new item. You have not yet come across with this problem before beforehand. Return goods to buy and company for rupees 500 being defective. When we purchase goods, some of the goods we may find defective or below the standard or not as per specification. In that case, what we do, we return the goods to the supplier. So what is the head of account in this case? When we do purchase goods from the supplier, the head of account is purchases. But when we do return goods to the supplier, the head of account will be purchase return account. Now what is the function here in this transaction? The business unit, that is Madhu and company, is return goods to Y and company for rupees 500. So what are the two accounts involved in this transaction? One is purchase return account, another one is Y account. So Y is the receiver of the goods. So we should debit Y and company account for this transaction. Transaction dated 3rd. To purchase return account. Purchase return account is also called return outward account. You may use as you like. You may write purchase return account or return outward account as you like. So what is the entry here? Y and company account debit to purchase return account. 500. When you do make purchases, we debit purchase account, and purchase return is reducing purchases. So we are crediting purchase return account to reduce purchase. Is it okay? What is the narration? Goods returned to Y and company being defective. So what is the heads of account in case of return of goods? Purchase return account. When we do return goods back from the customers, when we sell goods to them, this will be debited to return account or sales return account. So when we do return goods to the customers, suppliers, purchase return account will be considered, and when customers will return goods to us, sales return or return account will be considered. The next item is purchased water purifier from AS and Company rupees. So what are the two accounts involved in this transaction? Water purifier and AS and Company. Water purifier is an asset and it goes under the head office equipment. And what are the golden rules of real account, or what comes in debit and what goes out credit? So water purifier account, that is office equipment account, will be debited, and AS and Company is giving benefit. No, we are purchasing it for cash. So cash account. for cash. So what are the two accounts involved? One is cash account, another one is water purifier account. So water purifier account goes under the name office equipment account. So what are the two accounts involved in this case? Office equipment account debit to cash. Cash is going out. Transaction dated 5th March. Office equipment account debit. How much? 20,000. To cash 20,000. Purchase of water purifier for cash. This is the condition. So office equipment, water purifier goes under the head office equipment. Office equipment is an asset. It goes under the head real account, and as per real account, what comes in debit. That's why office equipment account has been debited, and it is purchased on by cash. So cash account is credited as per golden rules of real account. Now, and paid carrying cost in cash rupees 250. The carrying cost of water purifier, that is asset. Carrying cost for asset cannot be debited to carriage inward account, because carriage inward account involves expenditure incurred towards purchase of goods to the factory premises or office premises. So we should debit office equipment account for these carrying charges, because as per accounting principle, all the expenditure incurred to bring the asset in its usable condition is capital expenditure. So we should debit office equipment account for this carrying cost. So what will be the entry? Once again, we should debit consideration carrying cost of water purifier accounted for. Next, purchased motor vehicle from A and Company for cash. Motor vehicle is an asset. It goes to the club real account. What is the golden rules? What comes in debit? So motor vehicle account is to be debited, and we are purchasing it out in the form of cash. Cash account is going out, so cash account is to be credited. And paid car insurance premium for cash is 5,000. Car insurance premium is part and parcel of purchase of motor vehicles at the time of initial, but before put the motor vehicle in road. So it is to be capitalized, though it is a revenue expenditure, but it should be capitalized at the time of purchase of motor vehicle. Next year, when you will renew the car insurance premium, that will be charged to revenue account under the car insurance premium. But now, at the start of the before launching the motor vehicle and in the road, we should capitalize this car insurance premium with the motor vehicle expenditure account. So car insurance premium will be debited to motor vehicles account. So what are the two accounts involved in this transaction? One is motor vehicle, another one is cash. So transaction dated 6 transaction dated 6 March. Motor vehicle account debit to cash. How much? 1 lakh. Debit 1 lakh, cash credit 1 lakh. What is the narration? Purchased motor vehicle for cash. The next item is paid car insurance premium for cash, which is 5,000. It will once again be debited to motor vehicle account for the reason as I explained. 5,000. To cash. So what is the total cost of the motor car? It comes to 1,05,000 before it put into road. This is we call on road cost. The narration is payment of car insurance premium on above motor vehicle accounted for. Okay, is it clear? Car insurance premium is essentially revenue expenditure. Generally, we debit car insurance premium as per rules of nominal account. But here in this case, when we purchase motor vehicle and paid car insurance premium to the insurance company before put it on the road, it is to be capitalized. This is called capitalized expenditure. Though revenue in nature, it is put into capital account. This is called capitalized expenditure. Next year, when we shall renew the car insurance premium at the end of the expiry of the premium period, this car insurance premium will be treated as revenue expenditure and will be debited to car insurance premium account. Is it clear? No doubt? I think there is no doubt. So we are coming to the next point. Transaction dated 7th. Mr. Madhu, the owner, withdrawn cash from business for his own use. Madhu is the owner. In the last class, I discussed what is drawings. Any amount withdrawn by the proprietor from the business, either in cash or in kind, is debited to drawings account, and any amount contributed by the owner to the business is credited to capital account. So this is purely drawings. So Madhu's personal account will be debited. Not instead of that, we should debit it drawings account, because any amount withdrawn by the proprietor from business is debited to drawings account. What are the two accounts involved in this case? Is drawings account and another one is cash account. Cash is going out of the business to Mr. Madhu, so drawings account will be debited and cash account will be credited. Drawings account debit rupees 5,000. to cash 5,000. Is it clear? Anything withdrawn by the proprietor from business is debited to drawing account, whether it is cash or in any kind. Here he is withdrawing cash from business, so drawing account is debited, and cash is going out, so cash account is credited. Amount withdrawn by the owner from business cash. It is okay. Next, this is the most important point. Cost of goods distributed as free sample of rupees 2,000. Cost of goods distributed as free sample. This is a unique process of marketing. Many companies take recourse to this process of marketing before launching the product in the market to grab the prospective customers. This is a unique method of advertisement. So, here in this case, we should consider the heads of account as advertisement. This is simply a way of advertisement by the companies before launching the product in the market. This is generally done by the cosmetics companies by attaching those free samples with newspapers and magazines you must have seen. So, what are the two accounts involved in this transaction? One is advertisement. Cost of goods distributed as free sample is a way of advertisement, and that is given by goods. Cost of goods. Goods means either we may consider it purchase account or stock account. It is your choice. You may consider stock account or purchases account. So what are the two accounts involved in this journal entry? One is advertisement account. Another one is purchases or stock account. Is it clear? This is a unique way of advertisement on behalf of the big companies. Before launching product in the market, they do distribute samples of their product free of cost to the prospective customers. So we should debit advertisement account in this transaction, and credit, this is not given, this is given in kind. So purchase account or stock account will be credited. So what will be the journal entry? The transaction dated 8 March. Advertisement account advertisement account debit to purchases account. How much? 2,000. 2,000 debit and 2,000 credit. Cost of goods distributed as free sample accounted for. Is it clear? Why do we are debiting advertisement account? Because company is advertising by distributing his product free of cost to the prospective customers. This is a unique method of advertisement of the modern era. So we are debiting advertisement account, As per rules of nominal account, golden rules, all expenditure and losses are debit. Advertisement is an expenditure, so we are debiting this account, and purchases account is credited because stock is reducing for distribution of goods. Next, deposited cash with bank. You have not done this entry before. What is the two account involved? One is bank and another one is cash. Both are real account. Bank account is receiving money from business cash, so bank account is debit. It's very simple entry. Bank account is debit to cash account. What is the amount? 2,000. It is very simple entry. What is the date of transaction? This is 9th March. What is the narration? Deposited cash with bank. Is it clear? Both are real accounts. What comes in debit, what goes out credit. Received cash from Mr. Sen as loan rupees 10,000. This is, we are taking loan. Every business unit, business houses take loan from either financial institutions or any person. Here Mr. Sen is giving loan to the business unit. So what are the two accounts involved? One is cash account, another one is loan from Mr. Sen account. Mr. Sen is a personal account. He is giving benefit to the business unit, so his account is to be credited as per the golden rules of personal account. And what is coming? Cash. So we should debit cash account. The transaction dated 10th. Cash account, debit, how much? 10,000 to loan from Mr. Sen. When you take loan, it is called loan from. When you give loan, it is called loan to. We are taking loan, so the head of account is loan from the person. The name of the person is Mr. Sen. So as per personal account, credit the giver, his account is due to be credited. What is the narration? Received loan from Mr. Sen. So this transaction is over. The next one, it is not here, I have to write it. Transaction dated 12th March. Tea and Company returned goods for rupees 1,000 being not as per order. Being not as per order. So what are the two accounts involved? I have already told you, when we do receive back goods from the customer, the sales return account or return in account is to be considered. When we sell goods, we do credit sales account, and we are returning goods from the customers on account of that sales. Sales return account is to be debited or return in account is to be debited. So what are the two accounts involved in this transaction? One is sales return account, another one is Tea and Company. TN company is refunding that goods to us. So his personal account, TN company's personal account is to be credited, and TN company account. These are the two accounts. Sales return account is debit, and TN account, company account is to be credited. So what is the journality dated 12 March? Sales return account debit for ₹1,000 to TN company. Cost of goods returned by TN company. Now we are writing today's last transaction dated 14th March. Rupees 500 due from Mr. Ram, a customer, has become irrecoverable and had to be has to be written off. We have already discussed this concept, bad debt. Rupees 500 due from Mr. Ram, a customer. That means we sold some amount of money, some amount of goods to Mr. Ram previously, and Mr. Ram has failed to pay that amount to us. This is clearly bad debt. Bad debt means, what is bad debt? Amount proved irrecoverable or unrealizable from the customers is called bad debt. So what are the two accounts involved in this case? One is bad debt, another is Mr. Ram. Bad debt belongs to nominal account, it's simply a loss. So as per nominal account, all losses and expenses are debit, so bad debt account is to be debited. Transaction dated 14th March. Bad debt account debit 500 to Mr. Ram. Mr. Ram account is credited as his account is being closed. There was a debit balance in his account. As he has failed to pay the amount, his account is being closed. That's why his account is being credited. So what is the narration? Amount proved unrealizable from Mr. Ram written off. Is it clear to you? Rupees 500 due from Mr. Ram, a customer, has become irrecoverable and has to be written off. So this is simply bad debt. I have already discussed in the earlier class what is bad debt. Amount which becomes irrecoverable or unrealizable from debtors or customers to whom goods are sold on credit is treated as bad debt. Bad debt belongs to nominal account, and as per golden rules of nominal account, all losses and expenses are debit and all incomes and gains are credit. Bad debt is simply loss, so bad debt account has been debited, and Ram account is credited because his account is being closed. There was a debit balance in his account. When you sell goods, what was the entry? Ram account debit to sales. So Ram account is being credited because that amount cannot be realized from Mr. Ram. So his account has been closed as full and final settlement to debiting bad debt account. So this is all about the today's transaction. This is by the third class on journal entries. I will take another class on journal entries on other aspects, and I think you will be able to independently make journal entries on the basis of today's class. So please listen to my class regularly, as accountancy is a continuous process. And before I conclude, I once again request all my students and listeners to like and share my video among your friends, and not to forget to click the subscribe button before I close my today's class. Thank you. Goodbye.